Welcome to Sunday School, Children of God. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. I have a little slideshow to show you guys today for Sunday School. And I want to talk about the word welcome. What do you think the word welcome means? You've probably heard that word many times before, and you might have seen it around town lately with banners that say welcome back, because restaurants and stores have been closed and they're eager to welcome people back to do business. Or maybe someone you love has traveled, and when they return, you make a sign that says welcome home. Or perhaps you have a mat in front of your house that says welcome. You guys see the little guy back there with the googly eyes? That one's my favorite. Maybe you've seen celebrities on TV being welcomed with a red carpet. The dictionary defines the word as a friendly greeting or as someone or something that is gladly received. And when we welcome others, we communicate to them that they are valued and that we are glad to see or be with them. Sometimes, though, these types of signs and words can be a little deceiving. We might say welcome, but only receive people under certain conditions. So you might see signs around town that might welcome people back into stores, but only if you're wearing a mask and if you haven't been sick lately. So otherwise, if you've been sick or you don't have a mask, then you can't come in. You're not welcome. The doormat might say welcome, but not if you smell bad or if you're trying to sell something. You know, even in our nation's history, we see a lot of mixed messages about welcomes. For example, do you recognize this? If you said it's the Statue of Liberty, you're correct. It stands in the harbor outside of New York, right by a place called Ellis Island. The statue is a symbol of freedom, and it even has a poem on it welcoming people who are tired and yearn to be free. It was the first thing that immigrants saw when they moved to the United States from other countries. But they would pass through this processing place called Ellis Island, where they were screened and sometimes sent back home if they didn't have good health or plans or enough money. Even if they made it through, these immigrants were often treated poorly by other people. Sometimes Americans refused to give them jobs or food or a place to stay. And I wish that were ancient history, but it still happens. Some people do not want to welcome others who aren't like them, and unfortunately, this can even happen in churches. We might say we welcome everyone, but if you look a certain way, they might be treated negatively or feel cast out. And this is not what Jesus wanted. To be sure, we need to make sure that everyone stays safe. So we can't just throw open the doors to our houses to anyone who might walk in and do something evil. We do want to wear our masks and make sure we're feeling healthy for the sake of other people. And we need to monitor the situation of our country and population. However, we are called to communicate to others that they are gladly received. Jesus told people that when we receive and welcome others, it's like we are welcoming him and welcoming the one who sent him. Well, that would of course be God himself. He said that we will receive blessings for welcoming others, whoever they are. Jesus had a reputation for welcoming people who might otherwise be looked down on. He demonstrated love for children, even though kids in that time were not that valued. He went to people who were sick and hurting, and to the outcasts of society, and to those who had done wrong. So sometimes you might see people on the streets that are hungry just like this, but Jesus actually loved all people, including the people that other people didn't love. He loved us enough to die for us, and that allowed us to become a part of his kingdom of heaven. His arms are wide open for us to rush into He knows He wants us to welcome others. Now, we might not be able to give out hugs yet with current concerns, but we can still invite people to church and give them a hearty wave and welcome them when they come. And if we can't welcome folks into our homes, maybe we can send cards and calls. So maybe while we have been at home, maybe you could send a card, or maybe you did send a card to someone, or made some phone calls to friends and family, and you might have even have done a Zoom call where you can see other friends and family too. So that's a way that we can still welcome people into our homes. And we can remind others that they are valued and loved. And of course, the best thing we can do is pray. Ask God to bring people into His family and give thanks for helping us to be a part of that process. Why don't we say a word of prayer right now? Okay, so let's be really still and close our eyes, and you can repeat after me. Dear God, thank you for welcoming us into your family. We know that you value and care for all people. Help us to be welcoming to others and to demonstrate your love to those in our lives. Thank you for your love. We love you, God. In Jesus' name, amen. Well, I hope that I get to see you guys soon, or that you will join me again here on YouTube next week. See you then.